Good morning, hello and welcome to Craft with Bella Jane. My name is Lynn and today we're going to work on using a freebie from Sevenplaza. And Sevenplaza has been, I'll show you the bits and pieces backed and cut out as I'm going along. Now she's been doing a file folder February, and which I've been watching, and there's a few things that I've really liked and I've watched and I've enjoyed, but at the end of the month she decided that she would give us a freebie. And this is the Victorian Spring kit. And so this is the freebie, and the kit you can buy on her Ko-fi channel. So you get the freebie on her Ko-fi channel, and you get the new Victorian Spring kit on her Ko-fi channel. So yeah, that one didn't completely print. I needed another one, but didn't completely print. So there's some bits and pieces just to give you an idea. Now I used cardstock that I got from my local craft shop, and it's well, it's bigger than, when it's fully open, it's bigger than A4. So I thought, right, I'll make a file folder out of it, and or my version of a file folder out of it. Now it's bigger than A4, so if you couldn't get any card that size, you can use a file folder, or as they're called in this packet, they're called document wallets. So you can use one of those. So I used the spine of the card, and the reason I bought these cards, by the way, was because they didn't have any cream A4 cardstock in my local craft shop, and these were on offer and they came with envelopes, so I bought these and they've been great. So yeah, so I used the spine as my starting point, which was there, and then I so that is the full size of my card, and I'll tell you the size of it. It is 10 inches by 7 inches. So I've used the 10-inch all the way down, and then I've used the 7 inches on both sides. So I've used the whole thing. And then I used the pieces of the kit to inform my size. So this is the front of the journal cover, which is part of the kit, and it comes as quite a large page, but I've cut it down. So I've cut it down to there, and I've left a small gap all the way round. I hope you can see. Yes, you can. I've left that small gap all the way round, and all I did was I used a pencil, and there's a spine, and I just marked here the fraction of an inch. What is it? It's an 1/8 of an inch probably there, and the same on that side. And then I scored down here, right down to the bottom. Can you see the bottom? Yes, I scored right down to the bottom. So I scored that, and then I turned it round and I measured the same way, and I put a pencil mark on this side, and I scored along this line here, and I got this flap. And then once I've got these flaps like this, I cut out this piece here, and I cut it out with a slight angle, very, very slight angle on that side, very, very slight angle on that side, and then in the center I had a bigger angle. And when you fold these together, you'll see that those angles match. So you could fold it and match the angles if you want to. I'm very fortunate that they pretty much matched anyway. Okay. once I'd done that, I decided I'm going to have a pocket up and a flap to the side. And that's why I cut my angles so that I didn't have bits that overlapped or bits that buffed right up and caused a crease right in my fold. And the same here, if I hadn't got these V angle here, I wouldn't be able to fold it. Now it folds really well, and I use the bone folder just to break down the folds on both sides and all the edges, and I ended up with that. Okay, and that's the front. There we are. So that's the front of my journal. And I wasn't sure about inking because I'm quite heavy-handed with inking. Sevenplaza decided she would use Vintage Photo because it's a nice light ink. So she started inking, I'm going to use the small one. She started inking all the way around. Now I'm going to be very, very careful about my inking because I'm very rough with my inking. So I'm only going to do a very, very gentle inking, so it's not too dark. Now I'm not going to subject you to all of that because, believe it or not, inking takes forever. So I'm also going to ink this as well. So just so you know what I'm doing, I'm inking this. I'm being very careful not to go mad. So there we are, that's what it's going to be like. Just a very small amount of ink, just to give it, just to break off that starkness of the cream. Okay, so that's going to be my front, and I'm just going to stick that on using a glue stick. Okay, so that's the front. Okay, and then when we come to the inside, I'm going to ink everything again, all of these edges. I'm just going to ink. I'm not going to subject you to that because it's hours of work just doing all that inking. So I'm going to do all the edges. I'm not going to do the spine because there is a full sheet centre page. So I measured this so it fitted in here in exactly the same way as I did with the other one. And that fits nicely. I got the spine to go down the centre there. And then these I didn't cut the edge on that, but this side doesn't come to the crease, but that doesn't matter because this fold is going over. So then I thought, oh, what a blooming shame that is, because this is a beautiful sheet, and inside here you've got all these beautiful pansies. So I wondered if maybe I put these sides, if I glued this to here and this to here. So let's have a look at that. So if I glued the top and the bottom first, and then, yes, I've got pockets here, and yes, I can use them as pockets. But if I were to put a couple of Velcro dots on here, I could open them up as well, and I've still got this. Plus, I can use this as some writing space. Now, I've got these sheets that came with my my Temu haul. Now, I thought I could use that, and I could use that because the colours match really well. And I've got these, which I cut short. Well, no, I didn't cut them short because this is the length of them. I thought they were going to fit perfectly because they go there. I thought they would go there. But when you open, you've now got this gap, haven't you? So that's something I need to think about. I have got a tiny bit more of this left. So that's something that I'm thinking about. So let's pop these back up again. And then I cut these out. These are also part of this. They come from this side of this sheet. So I've cut those. I've left a little rim all the way around. That was hard to actually get that, but what I did was I folded it and then I cut it. So I've got that there. And then that goes on there. And then I had a bit of a funny feeling about these not being the same because some sort of optical illusion was happening, and we know they are the same because I've just shown you. So I had to squiggle about with this centre page to make sure it was in the middle, and I can't do it just now because there we are, it's in the middle. Make sure that was in the middle, but it still looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Some sort of optical illusion. Anyway, there. So that was that. So I rather liked it like that and fastened, and I thought maybe I should just glue it and have done with it and lose these pansies. So that's a dilemma that I'm struggling with at the moment. So there we are. Then if we turn over to the back, we've got this back area, and then I cut out this because there wasn't another complete piece. So I've cut this out, and then I thought what I need to do now is to make a pocket on the back, because that's a bit strange, isn't it, just having that there. Yes, so I thought I'll cut that. That's another one I cut out, and then I've got this. So I thought maybe I could make a pocket out of that. I printed another one and it only printed half. So luckily for me, it printed the half that I needed. So I think what I will do now is I'll make a pocket to go on this bit, make myself another piece to go on there, and then I will put this piece, I'll cut it to there and I'll put that on there, and that'll be nice on the back. Okay, so I'm back. So I have put the piece on the back, I've put the front cover on, done all the inking, I've got those ready, changed that one out, thought it went better with that. I've put those pieces on there. I've patched this and put little labels on here. They are matching, they're just two different greys. So I haven't put this down yet, and the reason is I feel the need to strengthen this spine, so I haven't put that down yet. So I'm going to do that now, and all I'm going to do is use a piece of this and strengthen it with this strong kite tape. And there you can probably hear my dog drinking again, which is good news because she is a terrible drinker. She doesn't drink enough. So I'm going to put that there. I don't know why I'm working on here. It's because I was going to cut that piece of, sorry I've got my head, because I was going to cut that piece of card. There we are. Because the other thing was I wasn't sure whether to put a little signature in here or not. And I didn't want it to be, I wanted there to be some strength. Now I'm also wondering whether to put two pieces down just to give it a bit more strength. But if I do that, it's going to be too thick. So we'll take the risk and just put that one piece down. Let's glue this on now. So this is this piece here that needs gluing on. I noticed this needs a bit of ink. Don't know what I've done with the ink. Just there. There we are. Yeah, I think that's all right. So this needs to glue on here. If that glues onto there, that should be perfect. There we are. That'll be perfect. So I'm going to glue round the outside with my, just have a little sip of my coffee. If I can find this. Oops, knocking everything over. I'm going to glue around the outside with this and across the spine. And all the way around the outside. And I don't know how much you can see because I keep messing about with this camera setup. Right, there's that, and then we'll just squiggle the middle. Into the middle we go. And then, as I said, we don't match up to there. Now I've got a piece of kitchen paper. Like that. And that goes to there. But again, I'm going to just ink this a little bit. So we're going to glue that and this. And we'll just do one at a time. And then we'll do the same here. Do that and that. Glue on there. So there we are, we've got pockets, and we've got these that will go in there, or they will go in the back. So we've got those, and these just need to go on some card and be inked. So we've got those. We've also got all of these, there's hundreds of these, which we can use if we want to. Look at them. Lots of them to go in there. And then we've got this. Now, I know I said about using a using the dots, the Velcro dots, but I can't find them. I don't know where they are. I've looked through 2 drawers where I think they should be, and I can't find them. So I wondered whether to make a something like a hang over the edge paper clip, like that. But I'm not sure again. So you see, I'm still indecisive. So we'll just pop these on now. That's for the back. We haven't cut that out yet. So that one goes there. And that one goes there. And we will close this up. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear that. That's my neighbours doing construction work in the back garden. Shh, 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 shh. She's not very keen on the idea of that, is she? So that's glued. And that needs to go there. Sorry if my head went in the screen then. I've been watching some good little crafting videos today. I watched a really good one, which I've watched before actually. It's quite funny. It's one where you make tags by, you get 5 tags, and then you get 5 pieces of paper. You use your 6x6s or something to do use up your scraps or whatever, and then you clip them at 3 places together, the stack of papers, and then you rip them into 3, so you've got 3 stacks of the papers, and then you leave the middle one as it is, and then you rip the top ones and the bottom ones in half, so you end up with 5 stacks of paper, and then you strategically place these on your cards, so you've got 1 of each piece on each card. Sounds a bit bizarre, doesn't it, when you're trying to explain it without any visuals, but yeah, it looks quite good actually. There we are. I had a horrible feeling they were going to be upside down then. There we are. Maybe a bit more ink on there. See, considering I wasn't going to put much ink, I put quite a bit on in the end. Yeah, so what do we do? Do we put the paper clip in? Anyway, it folds lovely, doesn't it? Or do we buy some glue, some Velcro dots? I think the Velcro dots are going to be the best. So that's that up to there. There's a little bump there. Must be a little bump of glue. There we are. Yeah, so that. Now we've got to do this. Now, I think I've measured it there and there. Yeah, I measured it there and there. That's the height. And that's the width I wanted. Now, I better make sure, because I've actually cut this out, so if it's not the right width, then we're not in a good place. So it isn't. So we need it to be, where's the pencil gone? We need it to be slightly bigger. There we are. And we need this to be slightly bigger as well. There we are. So this is very like an Easter card, isn't it, really? Let's hide in the light. Where are you? Oh, here they are. Right, so I'm very hot actually. I've got the heating on for some unknown reason. I don't know why. There we are. that might be too big now, because I forgot it's got to be right for this, hasn't it? Yeah, it's too big. Oh, silly Billy. That's it. That's it, there to there. So it's got a good overlap, like that. And there's my paper to go there. And then they both, that card needs inking. And then I need to put a scallop, a finger scallop in there, which I can never remember what they're called. So if you can remember what they're called, please let me know. So yeah, bit of ink. I think we can get this finished really. Well, I wanted to put a few bits of decorating on it, so I'll probably because all I've got to do is ink this and glue this on here, and then I will glue this on here, so across there and across there, using my art glitter glue. I'll put that onto there, so that's all I've got to do, and then all the construction part is finished. And then I will come back to you with some ideas for decorating, which, I mean, it's so busy. I can't see there being much need for lots of decorating. Maybe a bit of lace, down here. Maybe something dingly dangly. I don't know. Oh, there's a bit of crinkling going on there. That's good job I used the art glitter glue actually for that, because it's going on this tape, isn't it? So a bit of lace down the middle of there, maybe. Bit of lace on the spine. Something dingly dangly. Don't know. I'll get back to you in what to you will be a flash.